I once rode with someone to the airport in a carpool, and I'd never met her before. And she asked what I did for work, and I told her, and she goes, "Oh, well, I've been going to therapy for 15 years." And I said, "Really?" I go, "What'd you go to therapy for?" And she said, "Anxiety." And I'm guessing you still have anxiety since you've been going to therapy for 15 years. She said, "I do." And I go, "Can I ask you a personal question?" She said, "Sure." I go, "If you broke your arm and you went to the same physical therapist for 15 years and your arm didn't get better, don't you think it's time to find a new therapist?" And she looked at me, she said, "I guess I never thought about it like that." There is a thing in therapy called transference, where we start feeling our needs. And this is, many of us are very susceptible to this if we're anxious attachment. We start getting our needs met that we needed from our parents by talking to our therapist. And now you're codependent with your therapist. If you're at therapy for 15 years and nothing changed, you need a new therapist. And I just asked her very quickly, I go, "What have they taught you about breathing?" She said, "Nothing." And I was like, "Well, then what happens when you go to therapy?" And she goes, "I just talk about my problems." And I said, "Do you walk away feeling better?" She goes, "I do in the moment." I go, "But how soon does the anxiety start to kick in?" "Hours to minutes afterwards." And I said, "I guess talking about your problems isn't fixing the problem, is it?" He said, "No." And I said, "Try this breathing." And I taught her diaphragmatic breathing in 5 minutes, and she started weeping because it was the first time she ever felt freedom from her anxiety. And all it was breath.